In Lagos, especially where my colleague Ayo currently is at, it's a totally different kettle of fish. I'm unsure of what the temperature is. What I do know that those on the outbound road towards Ibadan are stuck along the, from the Otedola Bridge downwards towards Kara on their way out of Lagos towards Ogun State, owing to a very tragic accident that occurred yesterday night, we understand around 10 p.m., which has taken the lives of 3 people and left a lot of commuters stranded this morning, unable to make their way towards the Ogun State area of Lagos. My colleague Ayo happens to be stuck in that traffic, but he's going to be serving as a makeshift reporter this morning. Ayo, I know that you're still struggling and you're doing your best to get to work however it is you can. But can you bring us up to speed with what you've seen so far and what the current situation currently is?
As you can see, I'm on top of Kara Bridge, and of course, this is the river under it. And as you have seen in the build-up, a lot of security officials are here, LASMA officials are here, state security officials are here. This, I can say, is the point zero of the entire thing. And as you can see, no vehicle is going in this direction, and no vehicle is coming from this direction. Practically every vehicle that is supposed to be coming this way is stuck right now, and they cannot come to this way. Consequently, everyone is having to go the other side, on the alternative side. Unfortunately, there are some vehicles that will not be able to make it back to the other side until the whole thing has been cleared off. As you can see, FRSC officials are on ground doing their best. Police officials are on ground. LASMA officials are on ground just to ensure that the needful is done. The whole place is all littered, right? Last night, Chris Ilem told me that as of last night, they saw that the whole place was already blocked. But here now is what we see. This is point zero of the serious traffic that has happened on the Kara Bridge here in Lagos. And even though it is 27 degrees, I can almost be sure that in the hearts and minds of these men of the police, it is way much hotter than that. Marquette.
Indeed, Ayo. I'm looking at the number of vehicles involved in this very major disaster that we're looking at currently. And I can count from my point here, at least 3 or 4 of them. I don't know if you can confirm to us how many trucks, because they do appear to be heavy-duty vehicles. I can see one conveying cement, and I can see another has a container on it. Thankfully, the container hasn't toppled. But from what you can see, do you have any idea as to what exactly could have transpired?
I don't know, but as I marched down across towards this place, one of the things that I heard people saying was that these people don't usually have brakes. This one, of course, as you can see, I showed you 2 trucks earlier. This one is clearly almost over the bridge. And as you can see, it's been rev-taped off, so we don't even know if there was such a thing as maybe the head of the vehicle dropping into the river. I do not see anything like that, but as you can see, people are also checking to see what exactly is happening right there. So far, I can see 3 trucks. I can see on the highway right now, and a good number. Of course, you can see the traffic, the Lagos, the Federal Road Safety Commission's vehicles right there on the highway, trying to do their best to make sure that there is free flow of traffic everywhere. Yes, I see 3 trucks that have been. One of them, this is one of them right here. In front of you, with its head almost into the river. I don't know. Can you confirm, is this guy carrying cement or something? Okay, we don't know what is inside this, but it looks to me like fertilizer. As you can see, this particular one here, it looks to me like it's fertilizer that the fellow was shipping, and that is perhaps, okay, I think it is salt. It is iodized salt. that is carrying. And perhaps maybe because the flooding control itself, it's almost fell into the river, and that is why we have what we have here right now.
Oh dear, real disastrous situation. So far, has there been any senior official of government or the management, well, this accident management agencies to, you know, at least give reporters a clear idea of what precisely transpired and perhaps give a sense of when it is that commuters or the traffic will be able to flow again when this will be cleared up? Ayo, I don't know if you can still hear me. Are you still with me? I was asking if you have seen any senior official on the ground. I can see that we've seen quite a number of security operatives, but I'm wondering if there's anybody coordinating this cleanup effort to make sure that traffic is able to once again flow in the direction that it ought to. Do we have any, have we seen any such person on the ground?
Okay. Well, I'm going to look for the Commissioner of Police. I understand that the Commissioner of Police is on ground. He's perhaps the only one that one might be able to speak with. But this is one of the rescue efforts of security officials, plasma officials clearing the way. And I've also seen an official of the Ogun State government trying to do their best as well to ensure that the needful is done right here, right now. As soon as I'm able to get to the Commissioner, I'll let you know, Mark.
All right, Ayo, we ask you to please stay safe and Johnny Mercies, please, however it is that you decide to travel. Well, this is a traffic advisory for our viewers who are watching us, particularly if you have a trip planned perhaps around Lagos. The visuals you have seen so far are coming to you from the Kara axis of Lagos, where a disaster involving traffic disaster has now occurred, involving 3 major trucks, at least from what we can see there, causing the stoppage of traffic along that major axis. The traffic outbound Lagos into Ogun State has now come to a standstill, we understand, extending as far as the Otedola Bridge and beyond, almost extending to Oworoshoki and other areas as a result of what has now transpired. That's my colleague Ayo's face, if you can see it. He is stuck in that traffic and has done his best to try and locate the Commissioner of Police. Ayo, I can see that you found the Commissioner of Police, who is currently at that spot. If you can hear me, you can go ahead and conduct your interview with him.
Thank you so much for your time this morning. Well, he's also trying to get some. Thank you. Thank you. Well, one of the questions that we've been asking is exactly what's the information you have? When did this start and all of that?
Thank you so much. Good morning to Mark in the studio, and good morning, Nigerians. We have a case of multiple accident at the scene that we have, which is between the border between Ogun and Lagos states. As early as 5 a.m., we have been on it, and we gather all the other agencies assisting us, complementing the police here. We have the LAFA with us, then we have the road safety, another security agency that can see. It's a case of multiple accidents, which is currently under investigation. We recovered so far 3 bodies and additional 1 body still being 3 bodies. Yes, 1 body has been recovered once. Then we have additional one that will cover off the bridge into the water. And it's very unfortunate that we lost one of our personnel, a police inspector, that came with the advance team to salvage the situation. Because the accident happened and others continue to get involved. You can see at my back the trailers that were involved in the accident. And I've just directed that the road should be open, creating a 2-way corridor out of this scene of the accident to ensure that Nigerians that are on the queue are not subjected to unpaid hardship. And I've equally directed all the DPOs along this route, inward Lagos and outward Lagos, to go out with their personnel to ensure that we clear the backlog of traffic that can come up as a result of this accident. We are here. I'm going to continue to be here with them, with all my personnel, and I've equally deployed massively so that we can, as quick as possible, get the area free for traffic to flow. It's just that, like I said earlier, that directed the road to be open, having created the corridor. Salvage effort is still underway. The services were with us. They are still coming up with more ambulances to rescue other people that suffered the accident. Thank you.
How many vehicles were involved from what you
For now, we have about five vehicles that were involved in this accident, all articulated vehicles.
So 4 people have suspected police. 3 have been confirmed dead. 1 is in the water. Is there anyone that's been taken to hospital maybe because they were injured? How many?
Quite a number of people have been taken to hospital. I think precisely about 3 people have been rescued to the hospital from the scene of the accident. And who is not suspected, they died on the spot. And their body have been taken by the Lagos ambulances to the morgue. We want to call on road users, especially those who drive articulated vehicles, to stop this kind of recklessness. Because if they are not reckless in their driving habits, we won't have this kind of accident. At the beginning, we had a trailer-free brake, and that's why it is important for everybody that in charge of a vehicle or that owns a vehicle to ensure that the vehicle are properly maintained on time. All those who are involved in this accident, that caused the accident, will be prosecuted down to serve as deterrence others. The full presence of the law will be implemented.
So, preliminary observation from you says that it was failed brake on one of the vehicles.
That was the spot assessment that we got when we arrived there, as early as 0500 hours in the morning. But we are not limited to only yesterday. We are going further to go deep into the investigation of what has caused the accident. My view, the Nigerian Police Force today is the only agency that investigates cases of accidents, whether it is minor, whether it is serious, and whether it is fatal or multiple, like we have witnessed. And we have the constitutional responsibility to investigate, and we are the sole agency that carries out such investigation. The outcome of the investigation will certainly be made public for all Nigerians to know.
Sir, is there any police personnel involved? Because you can see a couple police cars.
Yes, that's why I told you that it's quite unfortunate that we lost one of our inspectors in this accident. It's very sad. I'm saddened. My command is sad about it because there's somebody that formed me to rescue others and died in the process, active service of serving the fatherland. So it's quite unfortunate.
There was a big forward for the head of the truck that is inside the water. What are we doing?
Yes, we are salvaging. A crane truck is coming now to lift it out so that we can recover it to the MTT yard for investigation and for that action. Thank you so much, Mr. Jim. Thank you so much. Well, that's the latest Markway, and as you can see, and as the commissioner mentioned earlier, the road is open for traffic, and it tails back quite a distance. How soon we will get it better, I guess we'll wait to see. 1 lane at this time, and as the day unfolds, I believe that we will get to a situation where we have more than 1 lane at a time on the road. So, that is, as you can see, there is a controlled movement of vehicles. 1 lane has been stopped. You can see 1 lane has been forbidden from coming, and the other lane is being passed, and I guess after some time that will also be released. That's our report for now. I guess we'll get more as time events unfold, Markway.
All right, Tayo, we have to thank you so much for your reporting. We continue to ask you to stay safe as you go about your legitimate duty. It's a really, when I say horrifying thing to see this morning that 3 people have lost their lives, 4 people involved in that, 5 vehicles in total, we understand. I don't know if you can confirm this to us. Did the commissioner say that the articulated vehicles pushed some buses into the river? Did we hear that?
The truck head, the articulated vehicle's truck head is in the river as at this moment. And according to him, a vehicle is coming, a rescue vehicle is coming to pull it out of the river. As I mentioned earlier, I saw an FRSC rescue truck there. Perhaps it was unable to do it. But there is a road, right, that leads, let me quickly show you. There is a road that leads under the bridge that is also usable, perhaps, to go for the rescue efforts to remove that truck from inside the river.
So maybe that is what is going to happen at that point. I guess time will tell. I will wait to see.
Okay, so there are no buses in the river, just confirming, because you said there were 5. You saw 3. Where are the remaining 2?
I have to say others have been moved out of the way. I didn't go further than ground zero. Maybe there was some way ahead, but the ones at the very spot of where it all happened, I could see 3. But since he mentioned 5, perhaps 2 have been rescued before we came.
All right, Ayo, you stay safe, and Johnny Mercies when you eventually get to work, you know. My colleague and our correspondent, Ayo, doing an on-the-spot reporting of the situation along the Kara Bridge outward Lagos, where a multiple accident has already occurred involving 5 vehicles, 3 which we saw, 2 unclear where they are. The Commissioner of Police giving us an on-the-spot assessment of what has transpired. We understand that 3 people have lost their lives. One person, one of them, an inspector of police who was involved in that, just trying to, you know, quickly see, was a first responder, so to speak, and somehow lost his life in the course of trying to carry out his activities. But we understand now that the traffic the road has now been opened, and 1 lane going and 1 lane coming will be allowed for each vehicle, so that there can be some relief for commuters along that particular axis. We'll continue to bring you an up-to-date situation on that particular axis, but we have to ask you, if you're going to be using that road, if you do not have any business there, perhaps you can wait. If you're going to be using that road, please drive careful. And this is to all commuters in general. Issues around safety are things that are within our control, and it will very much serve us to please take it easy. Speed kills, it does. And I remember a slogan then was, speed kills. Remember your loved ones.